Mesechta Zevachim, Daf Nun Tes Amud Aleph. We're starting from Nun Ches Amud Beis, 2 lines in the bottom. V'Rav Shravya. It's very similar to the way it was yesterday. The same Cheshbeinasin, but it's going to be with a kiyar. But the same exact Cheshbeinasin. And I realized that over here. Yeah, but you look here. You have all the pictures that I made yesterday. I didn't even have to do it on Nun Ches Amud Beis. Sagt die Gemara. But Rav Shravya, Shravya says, Hamani, who is this Tana that says that the whole Chatzah was B'tzafin? It follows Rabbi Yosef Glili, who says that the whole Mizbeach was in Tzafin, and I'll prove you a different way. How will I prove it? The Tanya that we learned in the Rice, Rabbi Yosef Glili, Rabbi Yosef Glili says, B'Tensha never, because it says in the Pasuk, V'nasates HaKiyoy, Bein Oil Mayed V'Beinam Mizbeach, it says that the kiyah is the wash basin where they wash the hands and the feet. Remember, we said that he has to put one hand on top of the other and one foot on top of the other. We spoke about how they washed with the kiyah. Anyway, Bekitzer, the kiyah is where they wash their hands. Where did they place it? Right. So or that for the feet, they had to wash the feet. They're mamish on by the floor by the kiyah. So where was the kiyah? Between the oil mayit and the mizbeach. So if you look at the picture, on Nun Ches Amud Beis, I think 3. You have Nun Ches Amud Beis number 3?
Okay.
No. It says on top Nun Ches Amud Beis 3. Okay, you see 3. So he says that the key was placed between the Yomayed and the Mizbeach. And then in another pasuk it says, V'es Mizbach Ha'ila, that the Mizbach Ha'ila was Sham Pesach, Mishkan Yomayed. And so that means that the Mizbeach has to be the Pesach Yomayed, but like Kiyah Pesach Yomayed. That the Kiyah could not be a hefsik between the Mizbeach and the entrance of the Yomayed. So it's impossible that the kiyah was between the mizbeach and the yomayit. So what that's another pasuk, and it says hayaneisnei bein ha'ulam ve'hechan hayaneisnei. 1 second. You weren't allowed to have a hefsik between the mizbeach and the yomayit.
And he says that the kiyah was in the middle.
He says so. We thought that the key was between the here. Here's the mizbeach. So the key was a little further down. We thought the key at first it says was between the wall of the mizbeach and the pasach of the yomayed. It says that you're not allowed to have a hefsek. So therefore, it had to be further away. He has a picture. He has different pictures. We're soon going to go through the pictures. Right.
But it was not mamish in the entry by the open.
We want to say it was away from the mizbeach even. Further, Marav Dremis. We're soon going to say. Where would they place it? Further away from the mizbeach, klape dorim. So if you want to see a mizbeach, so here you have. So the Gemara is going to ask, where was it? Meanwhile, we're saying the kiyah was a little bit away from the mizbeach. Okay.
That's the top picture over here, right?
Which top picture? Yes, the top picture on Nuntes 1. Nuntes Amud Beis 1. Here, you see?
Nuntes 2.
No, Nuntes 1. Here's the mizbeach. Okay. Here's the oil mayit. So the mizbeach was against the oil mayit. The kiyah could not be in this area because it's against the mizbeach. So it was a little further down. Further down.
But it still was in the...
On Marav's Dreimis, but not by in front of, not after the mizbeach. A little after the mizbeach. So what are we talking about? Where was the mizbeach standing? To say that it had to be away from the mizbeach. Maikasa, what do we think? If you're going to say the whole mizbeach was on the Darum, so now, let me give you the one from Darum. Let me see if I have the papers from yesterday. I just saw it a second ago. Oh, here it is.
On page 1-1, you have a picture.
Yeah, okay.
The
I-
Mizbeach is all the way Durham.
The Mizbeach
Yeah,
was.
this is Durham. Mizbeach is in Durham. And the key.
Oh, here. But he doesn't have it. So I have to say.
Who doesn't have it?
He doesn't have these pictures. Here's the Mizbeach is in Durham,
You
right?
should have made pictures before you came today.
I have the same picture.
No, but I mean these pictures.
It's the exact same thing. The Mizbeach is in Durham.
It's a nicer picture.
So if we're going to learn that the Mizbeach was completely in Durham, right? This is Tzafon. But where does the Mizbeach start? In the center of the Heichal, right? So you said you're not allowed to have the kier here because it's going to be a hefsek between the Mizbeach and the entrance of the Heichal, right? Says the Gemara, so the kier had to be here. You said, why? Say, deduct from, this is 32, right? Deduct from 32 this whole entrance, this 5 of the Heichal. So now you won't have between the Mizbeach and the Heichal, entrance of the Heichal hefsek, and put it here where the wall is closed by the Mizbeach. Why did the key have to be all the way down here?
There was enough room for the kios.
Yeah, there was enough. You hear? Right here. Here was Durham. This Mizbeach was on Durham. This is the entrance to the Heichal, the center. So why did the key have to be all the way down here? Much Mishoich
How big
Kima.
was the key?
It was tiny. It was nothing. But he says you're not allowed to have anything, a hefsek between the Mizbeach and the Heichal, the entrance of the Heichal. Open it. So the whole entrance of the Heichal was 5 amas. This was 32 amas of the Mizbeach. Deduct 5 from 32. So go down to 27 amas and put the key there where the wall is closed. It's not facing the entrance of the key. Go over here. Like the mother, Micah Saba, Ikasaba, called him Mizbeach, Darim Koi, Nuk me Kaisel, Nuk me Kaisel, from the starting of the wall that closes the Mayed. Heichal of the Heichal of the Durham to Durham side. Are you going to say Bein Ulam? Bein Ulam and Mizbeach, and then in the wall will be between the Ulam and the Mizbeach.
So it's not in the middle.
So it's not connected the opening of the Heichal. It's going to be that you'll put the key next to the Mizbeach, but between the Mizbeach and the wall of the Ulam. Are you going to say like yesterday? If you're going to say the Kedusha of the entrance of the Ulam is just as holy as the opening of the Heichal, so you have 20 amis, so that's 10 amis over here, you see? And 32, so if the Mizbeach was in Darum, and the Ulam was not 5 amis, it was 10 amis here, so deduct from 32 10 amis, and put the Kia here. It won't be facing the entrance of the Ulam either.
So
You
it's
don't have to
22
do 32. You could
What?
go- Because the middle of the Mizbeach was 16. 16. and
No, we're
16.
not the middle. Now we're talking about all in Darum.
So I'm looking at it.
All in Darim, look. All in Darim reaches to 5. The end of the Mizbeach reaches 5 amis into one door of the entrance of the Heichal. 5 and high, but the Ulam was 10 and 10. So he says you would have to minus 10, because he's saying the entrance of the Ulam you're not allowed to have a hefsek either between the Mizbeach and the Ulam, because it's just as holy as the Heichal. So deduct 10 from 32 will be 22. So if the 22 amas, put the key there between the closed enclosed area of the Ulam.
But if you look on picture test 1 at the bottom here, the kier can be opposite the Mizbeach here, because Mizbeach.
It's against a closed wall. Yeah.
So it don't have to be, it could be right here.
It still could be between the Mizbeach. It doesn't have to be after the Mizbeach.
It also can be within the 5 amas here.
10 amas. Okay, it's very simple. It's like yesterday. I don't know why you're mixing yourself up
I'm
here.
looking at this picture.
Forget about that. There's a here, right here. The same
There's the
thing.
right picture.
Here's
Better
the.
picture?
This is much easier. It's exactly like
No color,
yesterday.
no color.
Okay, so the Mizbeach was totally in Darim. Here's Tzafim. So where did it start from Darim? From the center of the Heichal, right? So you couldn't put in the 5 amas, the kier, because then it would be a hefsek between the Mizbeach and the entrance of the Heichal.
Okay.
So you deduct 5 from 32, it's 27. But he says, no, he's still against the entrance of the Ulam, which was another 5 amas. It was 10 amas, right? So he says, deduct 10 from 32, so it'll be 22. So anywhere in the 22 amas, you could have placed the kiyah between the mizbeach and the enclosed wall of the ulam. Says the Gemara, so nukmi kaisel ulam ladarim. So place it where the wall is closed of the ulam, which is the 22 feet. Put the kiyah there. Bebein ulam lamizbeach. Put the kiyah between the ulam and the mizbeach. Now he's going to go like yesterday. The next diagram. If you're going to say it's in the middle, here you have the middle one. If you're going to say the mizbeach was smack in the middle, so half of the mizbeach was darim, half the mizbeach was tzafin. So when you're counting, it has to be on the darim side. So how many? 16 amas. The mizbeach went 16 amas towards darim. So the opening, the opening is 5 of the heichal. So the Gemara says you can't put it by the opening. So deduct 5 from the 16, so you have the 11 amas, so you can place it. Are you going to say there's another 5 amas? The ulam's entrance is also. So deduct 10 from 16, you still have 6 amas where you can place the kiyah. So that's the Gemara's kashi. Place it between the ulam and the mizbeach, because after 5 amas of the heichal, you're ready by the ulam. That's fine. If you're going to say the entrance of the ulam is just as holy, you're not allowed to have a hefsek between the mizbeach and the entrance of the ulam. Nukme kaisel ulam ladarim by ulam mizbeach. He says go down, deduct 10 from the 16 and place it by the 6 in the 6 amas where it's enclosed, the kiyah between the mizbeach and the wall. Says Yimar Elalav. Only you have to say, where was the Mizbeach? That the whole Mizbeach was on the Tzafin side. Okay? And not on the Dorim. So if it's on the Tzafin, so therefore, since the whole Mizbeach was Latzafin, so here, the end of the Mizbeach is by Tzafin, and you have 5 amas. You can't place the kiyah here.
It's not enough room.
Because, it's not. Because it's a hefsek between the mizbeach and there. So he says, anyway, and you can't go tzaf, you have to go darim. So the closest to darim is the 5 amas of the heichal. But it will be a hefsek. So the only place you can place it by the kiyah is a little further down darim, where the mizbeach wasn't there. Like the Gemara originally explained, that's the only place where it could be, away from the mizbeach, much more to the darim.
How much to the darim? A little bit to the darim.
Yeah, you have to. Look, you have how much to the darim? Here's the end of the mizbeach by half of the entrance of the heichal.
Okay.
So you have to go another 5 amas after, and then after that 5 amas you can place the heichal. And if you say the kedusha, the kiyah you're going to have to place after the entrance of the heichal, 5 amas or 10 amas. If you're going according to the entrance of the heichal, then it's 5 amas. After 5 amas, you place the kiyah and towards darim. And if you're going according to the entrance of the ulam, it's after 10 amas. Okay. So it's not anymore. So what? Won't be the opposite only. You're going to push it down to darim, 5 amas away. Here, look. Here, let me show you. Here, you're looking. Here's the tzafin. It's very simple. Tzafin, right? This is tzafin. The end of the mizbeach is here, right? You can't place. You have to go as darim as you could. Now, if you place it here, it's going to be a hefsek between the mizbeach and the heichal.
Okay,
So where's darim?
Where does mizbeach end?
The mizbeach ends in the center of the heichal.
Okay, so in other words,
So you have to go. I mean, you have to go down. You have to go down.
It's only 5 amas down.
Right. 5 amas down this way towards darim.
Yes.
Yeah. 5 or 10 amas. Says the Gemara. Then look me bein mizbeach leichel
Where
betzaf.
do you want to put the kiyah? Close to Sofan should be?
Close to darim, Maravis, as far as darim as you could. Says the Gemara, why?
The kiyah is not allowed to be where? Where's it not allowed?
Not allowed to be between the mizbeach and the entrance of the heichal.
Oh, it's not allowed.
And it's not allowed to be. And it has to be bedarim. So the only way is that it's away from the mizbeach, not between. That's how we explain it. So the Gemara says, why? Go tzafin side. Go this way towards tzafin and place the kiyah here.
If the Mizbeach is all the way in Tzafin.
If it's all the way in tzafin, place the kiyah here where it's after the Pesach, either after 5 amas of the heichel or after 10 amas of the olam, and place it on the tzafin side between the Mizbeach and the olam. He says, no. Kasava, kedus heichel olam, or kasava between Mizbeach heichel tzafin. He says, no, that you can't place it between the heichel and the Mizbeach because the kedusha of the heichel and the olam is chad. Kasava kedusha heichel olam chada. That the kedusha of the heichel is also holy. So you can't push it away after the heichel, after 5 amas, because there's another 5 amas of entrance to the ulam, which is just as holy, and you're not allowed to have a hefsek between the mizbeach and the ulam. So says Yimon, I hear you. So kinami muk maslav mikes laheichel atzafin havlei bein ulam and mizbeach. So he says. So that's why you couldn't, even if you place it 5 amas away, after 5 amas, you still have the same kedusha. You're still by the entrance of the ulam. So, okay, you answered well. So, go 10 amas down further into tzafin, and then where the walls starts, where there's a wall, that's where you should place the kiyah on the tzafin side. Go 10 amas in on the tzafin side.
The opening.
Huh?
So you don't block the opening.
Right. Says the Gemara can't. No, with a hey. It should have said al yerech hamizbeich tzafoin. What's tzafoin? No. Say hey tzafoin panim kelim. That the whole tzafoin was not allowed to have kelim. The kelim could only be on the dorm side. That's why you couldn't push the kiyah towards the tzafin side.
And the kiyah they call a kelim.
Sure, kiyah is called a keli. Yeah, sure. Zok the Yemad man Tana the Palagale the Rabbi Yosef Agluli. Who's the Tana that argues? Rabbi Yosef Agluli. That says that the whole mizbeach was bedarum. Says Yemad Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov. It's Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov. The Tanya that we learned in the Braisa. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov tzafeina with the extra hay is extra. It should have said al yerech hamizbeach tzafein. What's tzafeina? Hey tzafein panim mekluma afilu min hamizbeach. He considered the mizbeach also has to as like a kli, or it has to be completely empty, the whole tzafin. No mizbeach either.
No Mizbeach in Tzafin?
In tzafin. It has to be all in Donim. That's why Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov, argues to the extreme that the whole mizbeach was bedarim. Amar Rav said, a new Indian, mizbeach shenifgam, a mizbeach that was nifgam. It was chipped. It was broke a little bit.
So all these Tanoim didn't know what happened there in the time of the Beis HaMikdash?
They're arguing. Each one has a limit.
The Psukim, right?
Yeah.
It's all speculation.
Correct. Amar Rav said, mizbeach shenifgam, a mizbeach that was damaged, kol hakadosh nishchatu sham, all the karbanis that was slaughtered the psulim is puzzle. Why? Mikra hu hayu b'yadenu. We had a pasuk in our hands. They said, Rav said, ushchachnu, but we forgot the pasuk. But he says that if you shechted a carbon and the mizbeach was nivgam, it was no good, it broke.
The bricks
Bricks broke. It was avonim.
There's bricks?
Avonim. It had avonim and it had it was chipped. So if it was chipped, so then the halacha is it's dachui. You can't be makavit on a mizbeach which is pagum, and therefore the carbon is possible. Let's see. Kisaluk Havkahana. We have to figure out which pasuk. So when Havkahana, they tell you, now the Gemara is going to say, how did Havkahana reveal? How did Havkahana find out the makkah? So he says Havkahana went up from Babel to Eretz Yisrael. Ashkechei Reb Shimon ben Rabbi. He found Reb Shimon ben Rabbi, the son of Rabbi, the common Mishum Rabbi Yishmael ben Rabbi Yosi, who said in the name of Rabbi Yishmael, the son of Rabbi Yosi, Menayin leMizbeach shenivgam. From where do we know that if a mizbeach was blemished, Shekol HaKadosh shenishchatu sham psulan, that all kabbanis that was shechted on it is pasul. Shenema, like it says in the pasuk, I'll read the beginning of the pasuk, Mizbech Adam Atasili, and the words that Gemara says, V'zavachta alav es oileisecha ve'esh lamecha. It says you should shecht on it. Allah does it mean Allah yishach on the head of the mizbeach? Ata zevach only on the mizbeach? No, not anywhere else. We know the gate to shchita, the oila was yishachn the whole tzafin, not only on the mizbeach, on the whole tzafin, and the shlamim was throughout the whole azara, 187 by 135. You had it all over. So what does it mean Allah on the mizbeach? Allah. Allah. What is the kavanah of the word Allah? That you cannot shech kadashim in the azara because of the mizbeach, meaning that it's totally in the mizbeach. Yeshua shalom. Shchita. We're talking about shchita.
Yeah, they didn't shech any behemoths on the mizbeach.
They could. We said, yeah. The others say the whole. Yes, they did. They were able to when it was overflowed. We said there's days up to where in the mizbeach. One says the whole mizbeach. One says up to half. That's off inside of it. Okay. So now kishu shalem. So we learn out from all of
Is the Mizbeach was they were marking the code?
makiv. We're talking about the shchita. Zicher.
All right.
So he says, wegen der Schchita steht Olav. Was heißt Olav? Mit der Gischacht nicht Olav, mit Gischachten das oder something. What's Olav? So he says, what's meant Olav? Kishu Shalom. It means only when the Mizbeach was Shalom, then you can, the Schchita is good. But like Kishu Chasa. But if it was missing, if something wrong with the Mizbeach, then the carbon was puzzle. Hainu, so right away, Rav said, when Rav Kahana heard this, I'm saying, when Rav Kahana heard this dash, Hainu Kaddish Tamid Leila Rav. This is the pasuk that was forgotten from Rav. Okay, Zaktim, what Rav Yechon Amma, whether the Kachim were Yeshachten and there was a Pegima on the Mizbeach, whether it was not Yeshachten, right? Or whether it was whether it was alive and after they fixed and you designated for Hagdish, and then they fixed it, it's not going to be right for a carbon either. Psulin. That's what we'll soon get to the time. Rabbi Yechon says it doesn't mean that after the shchita became nifgam, even if while it was you designated the behema, this is a carbon moila, and then the mizbeach became nifgam, and then they fixed it. Could you bring that oila that you designated for oila while it was in the time when the mizbeach was pagum? So Rabbi Yechon says no. Because since there was a time, there was a time which was dichui, yeah. Even while it was alive, it wasn't able, and it was already considered as a designated carbon, and it wasn't shaykh to go on the mizbeach, even though it was before shechita. He says it's possible. So, what might think it? Why does Rav say? The Rav says only if it was slaughtered. If it's dead, you slaughtered, and then it was pagum, then the carbon is possible. But if it's alive, not. If it's alive and then they fixed it, you could shacht it and put it on the mizbeach. Rav saw a balachai meinen nidachim. Rav holds a balachai doesn't get pushed off. It's like we had in that yom. As long as you are alive, you could always do tshuva. You're not nitche from the Eiveshter. Once a person passes away and he didn't do tshuva, then he's a dachui. No, I'm just giving you a mashal over here. So the mic speaking as long as the animal's alive, it's not pushed away from the mizbeach. They fix the mizbeach, then you shech the animal, you can put it on.
So what should be possible?
That's what Rav holds. So I said it's pachosha. It's so similar. Says when somebody's alive, he's not nitcha. He can always do tshuva. Once he leaves the world without tshuva, it's too late. Rabbi Yechon said balechayim nitchim. The Yechon holds a balachai is nitcha even while it's alive. Once at the time when you made it a carbon and you wasn't ready to put it on the mizbeach, it's shanitcha givan it's possible. Meisvei. So the Gemara is going to ask on Shitas Rav, who says a balachai is not nitcha. So he says Gemara kol hakadosh shoyi achlei nivda mizbeach v'achakach nivda mizbeach psulim. We learned befedish all kabbanis before the mizbeach in the time of God after the churban. Right, all the kadoshim that they would be makir before the mizbeach, you set it aside for a carbon before they built this the second Beis Hamikdash with the mizbeach, and then so any carbon, kol hakadoshim is possible because the mizbeach wasn't there. If it was before it was built, It's called Tchuy Meikara. There's a man that says if it's a dichui because there was no mizbeach even, that's a joke. There's a man that says dichui. So you can't be talking about this case that it was before it was built. Ella says, Gemara, you're right. Shaloi neheras mizbeach. It's told kol kadashim were mikdashim before the mizbeach, before the churban. Then there was a churban, and then 70 years later they build a mizbeach. So then it's too late. He says you can't bring it up, even though it was royally for the first mizbeach, but it was destroyed before you can be mak of it. And now you want to bring this live behemoth, Shanalta behemoth, as a 7 years old Azakim.
Oh, but now it's
No, so we say we can't. We should give one nitcha from the first.
Find an animal that's 70 years
I know
old.
it's a psul. In fact, you want a neras. You're talking. The Bryce is talking about by Kachim that they designated as a behemoth at the first churban, right before the first churban, and they held the behemoth till the next, till the Beis Hamikdash Hasheni. Hoizakluhu. So if you want an altar behemoth, so if he's 70 years old, that's you're not fit for the mizbeach.
wants to have a younger behemoth.
Yeah,
Abisha doesn't want such a
altar behemoth is puzzle state. It's one of the ones that are puzzle.
Yes, that have to be within a year or whatever it is.
Yeah, it says Zakein nimna b'mishna b'chaydes bein amumim ha'peis behemoth lekarbim v'koyen also la'aveda.
Can it be like old wine?
Old wine is good. There are milas in
Drink,
old.
but you need to want
There are
to-
milas in old, but there's also some
They take some steaks they put in the refrigerator
for a long time. Yeah.
to make it more juicier. So
Yes, but there's mashain bazeh. There's everything. There's psulim of there's milas also. Anyway, over here he says alta behemoth. I guess it's not fit. So Ella says we have to change the lashon of the Mishnah. It wasn't actually nivna. You have to change the lashon actually nivga mamizbeach. That the behemoth was roy to the mizbeach before the mizbeach had a pagam, and then it had a pagam. Yeah, and then they fixed the mizbeach. You can't bring this live animal. It doesn't say only after shechita. It says ad shaloi nifgam mizbeach v'achakam nifgam hamizbeach psulin. It's possible even if you'll fix it later.
You know,
So-
it's dachul.
So you see, even a live animal is dachul. Says Gemara, this is how you bring this arayah to me. You already did surgery to this whole brayso. You changed nivda to nivga, actually nivgam. He says you're already adding words. You put in instead of nivna, you put in nivgam. So it's me'ema, make it fit with Rab and say shenishchatu, that it was also talking about after the shechita. If you already could change words, change it like it should go with Rav too. Shenishchatu. I never saw this way of talking, but that's what he says. If you already you played around with it, play some more and make it fit for Rav.
make it more fancy.
Yeah, but that it should fit even according to Rav. Sagt die Gemara, Rav Gidla Rav Mizbeach Sheneka. Now we have another kasha on Rav. Rav himself said that what if it's alive? It's not nitcha, right? Says Gemara, Rav Gidla Rav Mizbeach Sheneka Maktin Keteris Mim Kaimei. Rav said that the Rav said the Mizbeach Hapnimi, if the Mizbeach was moved around, you still could be maktik the Keteris in the Makam and Mizbeach. So we find from the words of Rav that the Mizbeach is not ma'akev any avodah, because look in the Keteris you had to be maktik Keteris on the Mizbeach in the Mizbeach Hapnimi. Let's say they moved the Mizbeach, it's not there. Could you still be maktik the Keteris on the floor? He says yeah. But Makam Mizbeach.
So it's karayit to that then.
So it's a kasha for Rav. You
What's
see,
kasha?
the
Rashi
Mizbeach
says-
is
Rashi
not
says
not
that ain't in the
lakiv.
Dachim, ain't in the Dachim, I said, no? What did the Rav say before?
No, we're saying, but it's ma'akiv shchita. Yeah, if it was geshachten, it's possible, right? And here Rav says you don't need it. He says kachim shenishchatu. If it was nishchatu bisman pgima of the Mizbeach, when the Mizbeach was no good, he said it's possible. Why should it be possible? It's not telling the Mizbeach. Just like the Keteris is not telling the Mizbeach. If you move the Mizbeach, you were able to put the Keteris and burn it on the floor, so it's not telling the Mizbeach. Like Rabbi said, Rabbi Yehuda was made by the blood, that when it comes to the blood is different. Is totally in the Mizbeach. The kapara has to be only through the sprays on the Mizbeach. The Adam is not mitchaper ela b'zikasei ala mizbeach mamish. It has to be on the mizbeach
Mizbeach
mamish.
has to be good. Mizbeach has to be
It has to be good. Achanami, so too in the Shita of Rav, he says that this that we don't need the mizbeach is only been the geya to the haktoras of the mizbeach hapnimi. You don't need the mizbeach. But meida Rav bedamim, Rav is meida when it comes to blood. It has to be a mizbeach. By the mizbeach hachitzin, the mizbeach is ma'akiv. It says v'zabachta olav. It's just and it says and therefore Rav says kodshim shenishchatu in the time when the mizbeach had a pagam. Therefore it's going to be puzzle. In fact, you might the sheet of Rabbi Yehuda. My Rabbi Yehuda. What's the sheet of Rabbi Yehuda? The Tanya that we learned in the Braisa in the gate to Zevachim.
What did Rabbi Yehuda say before?
Rabbi Yehuda, we brought down, says that it's he's bringing now the following. He's here from the following Braisa, the Tanya. He says, "What is this?" He's going in the answer of the Gemara. We mentioned Rabbi Yehuda, the Amar Rava, right? Moida Hoyer Rabbi Yehuda bedomim, right? That by domim.
Yeah,
Okay. So what is the shita, the Tanya that we learned in the Braisa? In the pasuk it says, "Menageya." The many kabbanis that Shlomo HaMelech was makriv on the Chanukas HaMizbeach, it was 142 kabbanis that he was makriv. Sagt die Yimad b'hayomahu kiddush HaMelech es teicha chotzer chi asa sham es ha'il v'es ha'michel es chol v'yashlamim ki mizbach she'asa meish ha'nechesh asher l'fnei Hashem kotem ha'achol. The mizbach ha'nechesh that Moshe Rabbeinu made was very small. So it says the Vorim, these words kichsava, meaning the kavanah of the pasuk is kimashmei that Shlomo was mekadesh the whole azara, all the floor of the azara. He needed everywhere to be able to shech the kabanes, not only by the mizbeach.
He made it holy.
Huh? He made it holy. Divri Rabbi Yehuda, meaning not only that, you were able to be makiv and makde kabanes anywhere in the azara because there was no room on the mizbeach. Divri Rabbi Yehuda. Okay, so this is the words of Rabbi Yehuda. Like the Gemara, Amalei Rabbi Yisrael, like Kvar Nema, it already says b'negei to the mizbeach and the chayshas that was in the time of Moshe. Elef oiles yalad. It says till the mizbeach and the chayshas that was from Zman Moshe till Shlomo HaMelech. It says how many kabbanis were they makiv on the mizbeach of Moshe's? Only 1,000 oiles. Elef oiles yala shleima al mizbeach hahu on the mizbeach that Moshe had.
How many years later?
Ve'ilu bebeis elamim. A while after. Ve'ilu bebeis elamim. But when it came to the Beis Hamikdash, where the mizbeach was shalavonim, it was way bigger than the mizbeach of Moshe Rabbeinu. It says vayizbach shleima zevach hashlam asher zevach laHashem baka esen u'shnaim olav. It says from the shlamim that he shechted it was 22,000. The tzoyin meyu ve'esim olav, and then of the tzoyin was 122. So 120. I'm sorry, and plus 22 is 142,000. This is bigger than the other. What does it mean? It says that when the mizbeach of Moshe Rabbeinu was 5 by 5. Okay, here you have a mizbeach. Look in the picture. It was 5 by 5. Here you have it. But you weren't able to be makriv
More than 1,000.
only on one amma, 1,000. Look why. If you look in the picture, here you have the krones. So these krones, Nuntes 1. So you between the kroshim, between the krones, one amma was taken away from all sides. Then you had the raglei kahanim, is another amma taken away. So you have 2 ammas on each side, is 4 ammas away. On all sides was used up, right? Here, 1 amma all around was taken away, and then another amma all around for the raglei kahanim to be able to be makriv. So it's 2 ammas, so it's 4 ammas, because it's 2 on each side. So how much you left? It was 5 ammas. So 1 amma was left. So the 1,000 oiles was they were makriv on 1 amma.
Very small.
Very small. But it says, Benegeya to Shlomo HaMelech, it was 20 by 20. It was 400. 400 amas. So he says, his, on Moshe Rabbeinu, you were able to be makiv on one amma 1,000. But Ella, when it came to Shlomo HaMelech, you were able to be makiv 400,000 because each amma, it was 400 ammas, 20 by 20. So the Gemara, Ella, it says that by Shlomo HaMelech's Mizbeach was much bigger, but nevertheless it was too small. He had to be Makadish, the whole Hazara, to be able to be Makam all over the Hazara. Umau Katim HaHachal, what does it mean it was too small to be Makam the Eilah and the Mincha? They plainly nanasu. First of all, now he's explaining what does it mean that it was Katim HaHachal. Moshe Rabbeinu's Mizbeach was too small. So he's saying he was talking in a nice lashon, because really it was pasul. First of all, Mizbeach was pasul because we dashen that has to be Mizbeach Shalavanim. So in order not to Hashem the Mizbeach, we said it was too small for the Kabbanis. Rabbi Yehuda, how would Rabbi Yehuda explain the Mizbeach Havanim of Shleima, that Rabbi Yehuda said it was too small? Even the Mizbeach of Shleima, which was 20 by 20, which was 400 amas, and we said Moshe Rabbeinu's Mizbeach, which had only one amma, you were able to be makiv. One amma. Yeah, 1 amma square. It was very small. 20 by 20, 400. For each amma, you were able to be makiv 1,000 dollars, because Shlomo HaMelech was makiv on the Mizbeach of Moshe 1,000 dollars, and his own Mizbeach was 40 by 40. So 40 by 40 is 400 ammas. So count 1,000 dollars per amma, and it was very easy to be makiv because there was the Eish Min HaShamayim zacked it. You just do it into the Eish, it disappeared, like one after another. As they bring that up in the Arichas on the notes. Doesn't matter, you just... It fits, yeah. Even if it's Am and Ahmed, they were marking it. They were to do 1,000. So the Kashi is on Rabbi Yehuda. If there was enough, so why did he have to be Mekadosh the whole Hazara? Shapa Kamalai Rabbi Yossi, according to Rabbi Yossi, he gave a good cheshbon. There was room. Why did Shlomo HaMelech have to be Mekadosh the whole Hazara? Rabbi Yehuda goes according to his reasoning. He says really Moshe Rabbeinu wasn't 5 amas. It was really 10 by 10. The Tanya, even though it says in the Chumash, it says Chamesh amas reichev, Dvarim kiksavam. Rabbi Yossi says it's exactly that measurement. It was only 5 by 5. Rabbi Yehuda no, never kind Ravua. By the Mizbeach Shomesh it says Ravua, square, but never on Ravua, and it says Ravua by the Mizbeach of the Ravua of Yecheskel. That will be by the Beis Hamikdash Shlishi. Mal Halam, not same size. Mal Halam says Yemedei, just like by Shlomo HaMelech. It says that, I'm sorry, by Yecheskel. How did they say? It says it was 12 by 12. What did it mean, 12 by 12? It means 12 from the middle. It was 12. From here to here was 12. So really, the whole thing was 24. It was 24 by 24. Because when you say a number, it means only from the middle. That's what we learned out Ravua, just like by Yecheskel, it says Ravua, and meant from the middle. So if you count from the middle, so it's 10 by 10, then you have to deduct the kronos, 1 amma. Then for the Raglei Kahanim is another 1 amma, so you have 2 ammas on each side, 4 ammas minus 10, so you had 6. Ravua. You only had 6, so 6 times 6 is 36. How much does 36 go into 400? 11. It's 396. 11 times 36 is 396. So it's almost 11 times. So how many kabbanis could you be marked on 1 amma? 1,000. On 11, 11,000. So that's why he needed the whole Hazara. Even Shlomo Melech's Mizbeach, which was 20 by 20, it was only 11 times bigger than Moshe. So if it's 11 times bigger, it's only 11,000. And how many kabbanis was he making? 142,000. That's why he needed the whole Hazara. In fact, how do we know from there that by Yecheskel you counted from the middle? Yechsi v'hariel, that's the makim of the Marach of the Mizbeach. Shteim asay ama oirech v'shleim asay ama reichav rabua, it says. Al abas rabov, it said to the four sides. Latanya v'hariel shteim asay lechol ruach. It means shteim asay to every ruach. 12 here, 12 here, 12 here. You cut it in 4, it's 12 all around, so it's 24 by 24. Maybe it means 12 by 12. He says in each corner was 12. The Lamed Shema made the Izarayah that we count from the middle.